important and we can help do that. Every job has green in it. Any job you have where you make a decision about how resources are used can be a green job. Let me say that one again, it's so important. Every job where you can make decisions about how resources are used can be a green job. Let me give you an example of that on a level that you may not have thought of. Mary Spilby, who's president of Lane Community College, turned to her group in Eugene, Oregon and said, look, all of you, as long as you get your main jobs done that you have to get done, you can do as much sustainability projects as you want, just let me know what you're doing. And you know who took off the most with that? The secretaries. You know, there are people in staff positions and organizations all over the world who are on fire about sustainability. How many of you have the, like, what I call the green fever? Yeah? Okay. All right, so about 2/3 of you. You know you have the green fever when people who love you or are friends with you or who live with you tell you to stop talking about it all the time. You know you have the green fever when you drive down the street and you go, oh, so across the street from where I teach, right? There are these houses with these gorgeous front porches, and all they have to do is roll down a plastic glazing, and all those front porches turn into solar collectors, right? They don't even know to do that. So they're extracting toxic fuels, bringing it in over thousands and hundreds of miles, depending on what they use, to build little fires in their basement, and thing called the furnace to heat the house. How stupid is that? So I've had this feeling for a very long time. And we've got to help them. It's not about calling people stupid, it's about getting the information to them so that they can do it, right? Okay, so if we pay attention, every job, just about, is a green job. And it goes beyond green. Bring a sustainability lens to all the jobs that you have. How many of you, if somebody asked you what sustainability was, you could give a definition, you could talk about it, and be articulate about it? Good. It's really important that you build your voice. You got to build your voice so you can share this with people. That means, as I did, you have to practice while you're driving in the car. You got to practice while you're washing your face in the bathroom. You got to practice anytime that you've got some downtime. Practice talking about sustainability. And keep learning. At this point, we know a lot of people who know stuff. They just have to change their behavior and their policies. It's not easy to change behavior, right? I can't remember to bring my bags into the store. Because all those years, you know, they gave me a bag. So I take it out like this, because I'm not going to get one of those bags if I can help it. So it's hard to change behaviors, and how do we set it up so it's easier? We support people. We celebrate the behaviors we have changed. Oh, by the way, feeling guilty, total waste of time. Stop feeling guilty. Total waste of time to feel guilty, and it feels lousy. Total waste of time to blame people, and it's destructive. So guilt and blame, throw it out the window. Let's move to proactive problem solving so we can make a difference. Let me give you some examples of what people have done to create jobs for themselves. So I had this student who was like just the local manager of Kentucky Fried Chicken. So he came to take a course because he was interested. And by the end, he'd done a semi-energy audit on the Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he found out that they were using electric fryers instead of natural gas fryers. So he calculated the pollution from that, which is horrendous, you know, of coal-based electricity versus natural gas. So he calculated the pollution, but he also calculated the dollar savings. At the time, it was $24 per million BTUs of energy for electricity and $9 per million BTUs for natural gas. So he told it to them, and they said, wow, this is great, let's pilot it in your place. And the next thing he knew, he was the energy manager, a position that did not exist before that for the National Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let me introduce you to Dan Gaddis. I also teach at the University of Vermont. I don't need that mic. Do I need the microphone? Yeah, right. Dan Gaddis, so I teach at University of Vermont, online all year, corporate sustainability and campus sustainability. The students are so cool because so many of them have been, like one has run 7 plants for Unilever as the sustainability director, you know? So I'm like, I just shut up when they're talking and you know. But Dan was living on a mountain somewhere in Colorado, and he was really upset because this old log cabin was going to get torn down, and it was so beautiful, and it was really hurting his heart to see this thing not being preserved. So Dan and I had a conversation. It was like, pick your fights. Pick your fights. It's a little log cabin. Do a little ritual. Do some grieving, okay? Honor your feelings. And now let's look at how you can impact the world. And the criteria that I've always used, and I suggest you use because we have such an urgent situation, to decide what career I'm going to have is what's going to have the greatest positive impact to change the world so we can continue to live on it with less human suffering. And so that we don't make all these other species extinct. So we keep our ecosystems healthy. So anyway, Dan starts to think about his job as he works for a software company for multifamily housing building owners. I said, what can you do with that? So he realized that he could open up a division of energy conserving products. He could open up a division that talked about renewable energies and how they could use that. So he pitched it, and he got it, and now he is the national guy doing green and sustainability for multi-family housing for one of the largest companies in the country. And now he's doing webinars, and so he's leveraging the other companies to do the same thing because they want to stay competitive. That's a career pathway. Okay, Chrysler. So this woman comes to me, and she'd been laid off of Chrysler, and she had the green fever. And so we went for a walk in the woods, my best place to do mentoring with people, right? And so she knew she just wanted to work in the sustainability office of Chrysler. So she did get called back as a project manager, and so she called the sustainability office. You know, she didn't get hired into that office, but she called the office. And she said, I want to know about what you're doing. And I want to hear how you got into this. Make a personal connection with the people who you want to have help you create career pathways. I'd like to hear how you got into this. Why is this important to you? And the next thing you know, now she can call and he takes the calls. And she's decided she actually doesn't want to work in the sustainability office because she wants to work in project management of new product development and make sure that that system includes the sustainability lens all the way along, using the tools and information from the sustainability office. And she and I are working on some fun things together. Detroit's doing a climate action plan, and this guy who's from environmental health and safety / sustainability at Chrysler is in the meeting with us, and he goes, well, you know, we can only do this stuff if it pays for itself in 2 years or less. And that has been the stance of the auto company. Do you know that? For 30 years. So I said, why, are you going out of business in 3 years? You know, you get a little older. Keep doing it. You're going out of business in 3 years? So why do you have a 2-year payback? Well, because we have limited access to money, and so, you know, we have the cost of capital, we want to invest in a new product. Oh, okay, so why don't you get other people to come in and do the investment, and then you just do a shared savings, just give them a percentage of the savings. No, we don't do that. We like to use our own money. So what you're saying is that you are going to throw away to the utility company over the next 10 years, and I gave them dollar figures for the different projects we were talking about. Throw it away, and have nothing to show for it at the end, and continue to have to throw it away. Instead of doing an investment either with your own money or with somebody else's money so they can get out from under those bills. He says, you know those fiat people who just bought us keep talking like that too. and which is a great tipping point maybe for Chrysler, right? Because they need to change that culture. And we have gotten into some of the other auto companies, and they are increasing that payback period, which is excellent because they're at reputational risk now for not being green companies. Oh, that's a long story. But you start to get the idea of how you build career pathways by building relationships and honoring the work that people have done and celebrating all the steps that have happened along the way. And then your network, all of a sudden you hear about a position and you know the person who's hiring. So if you're an introvert, how many of you are introverts? Raise your hand. You are?
Yes.
No kidding. Okay, so if you're an introvert, you need to pretend you're not when it comes to building your career. Pretend you're an actor or an actress and you're playing the part of somebody who is an extrovert and you actually enjoy connecting with people and building these networks. How many of you, when you go to speak, you get nervous? Raise your hand. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what my mother told me, who was a fantastic change agent, if you will. Pretend it's not nervousness, pretend it's excitement. And if you go to give a speech and you're nervous, you know, if you look at people in their eyes, you make a deeper connection with them, and they'll actually take it in more. And it's more meaningful to them because they're acknowledged. But if you're too nervous to do that, then look at their forehead, just in between their eyebrows. And it's a safe place to look, and they still feel like you're connected. So try this. Just try it out, what my mom says, okay? Pretend that it's excitement instead of nervousness and see where you get. If you need more on overcoming, you know, being shy so that you can get your needs met in the world, for goodness sakes, read a book. When I say no, I feel guilty. Read a book on assertiveness skills. You know, if you're being an introvert is great. There's all sorts of strengths to that. I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not one, but I hear there's all sorts of strengths to it, and you shouldn't give those up. But you need to be able to style flex. You need to be able to match other people's styles of communication so you can connect with them, because the world is built on relationships. It's not built on just